Hello everyone, welcome to Miro Code. In this video, you will learn how to create and set up an EC2 instance on AWS with Ubuntu OS. I will show you how to set up EC2 resources by choosing Amazon Machine Image, add storage, configure security groups, and create PEM key to access your instance using SSH. The only prerequisite of creating an EC2 instance is to have an active AWS account. So let's get started. Once you have logged in and are in your AWS account, search for EC2 in the search bar. Alternatively, you can click on Services, scroll down to Compute and click on it. There you will find EC2. Click on EC2. Once the page is loaded, you will see this view. Make sure that you are on Instances section from the left sidebar. Click on Launch Instances button in the top right corner. The first page that it will open is where you will select an Amazon Machine Image, AMI. There are a lot of options that you can select to launch your instance, but in this video we are going to select Ubuntu. Scroll down and find Ubuntu in the list. You can choose any of the Ubuntu versions like Ubuntu 18 or 20. We'll choose 20. Click Select in front of that option. Next, it will ask you to choose an instance type. Again, AWS has a wide variety of instance types. I have included a link in the video description that explains what these types mean. We will select T2 Micro for our EC2 instance. This type is eligible for free tier, which means that if you have created a new AWS account, you may be eligible to get this instance for free for 12 months. Click Next. Configure instance details. Here you can choose how your instance should run as dedicated or as shared, but for now you can leave all settings to be as default. Click Next, Add Storage. You can also leave this step to be with the default settings, or you can change the size of your EC2 instance disk. Click Next, Add Tags. Tags are useful to identify the instance. Here we will assign a name to our instance. Click on Add Tag button, type name in key field and a name for your instance in the value field. We can name it Miro Code EC2 Demo. Again, click Next, configure security groups. If this is a fresh AWS account and you have not created any security groups in the past, then you may not have an existing security group. So leave this setting to the default, which is create a new security group. You can also leave the security group name and description as default. This is an important setup where you can allow connections to your instance by opening certain ports. By default, SSH port is enabled. If you need your website to be viewed on the internet, then you need to add rules to allow connections to HTTP and HTTPS. Click Add Rule. From the type, select HTTP. Again, click Add Rule. From the type, select HTTPS. You can leave these settings as default. A source with this IP range means that any IP address is allowed to access port 80 or 443 on this instance. These ports are used to serve HTTP and HTTPS requests. If you need any additional ports opened, you can add rules for those ports also. Click Review and Launch. In this section, you can review all the options you have chosen in the steps before. Once you have reviewed them, you can click Launch. Now you will be prompted to assign a key pair to access your instance. Select Create a new key pair. Enter a name to your key. We can use Miro Code EC2 key. Click Download key pair. It is important that you save the key pair in a safe place. If you miss this key, you won't be able to access your instance using SSH. Click Launch Instances. That's all. Now your instance will be launched with Ubuntu 20 and with all the configurations you made. You can see your newly created instance in the instances list. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please hit the like button and share with your friends. If you want to see more videos like this, hit the subscribe button. And if you have something to say, please leave a comment.